There's something deeply satisfying about walking into your garden and seeing jet-black, crumbly soil teeming with life. For months, I battled dry, compacted soil beneath layers of thick wood chips, thinking I was building fertility when in reality, I was slowing it down. But everything changed when I switched to a mulch most people overlook or throw away, shredded grass clippings and fallen leaves. The transformation was fast. Within weeks my garden soil turned dark, soft, and rich with earthworms. If you're still relying on heavy wood mulch, this might be the soil revival trick you've been missing. Wood chips have long been a favorite among gardeners. They're free, abundant, and suppress weeds effectively. But what many don't realize is that fresh wood mulch comes with hidden challenges, especially in raised beds or vegetable gardens. Wood chips are rich in carbon but low in nitrogen. This imbalance creates a problem during decomposition. As microbes begin to break down the wood, they pull nitrogen from the surrounding soil to fuel that process. That means your plants, the ones relying on that nitrogen, suddenly get shortchanged. In the short term, this results in stunted growth, pale leaves, and sluggish root development. Even worse, fresh wood chips tend to form dense, mat-like layers. While this might keep weeds down, it also restricts airflow and locks in moisture. That creates a haven for pests like slugs and a breeding ground for mold and fungal growth. The mulch may look neat on the surface, but beneath, the soil remains cold, compacted, and biologically inactive. You might find fungus blooms, unpleasant odors, and even signs of nitrogen depletion. And despite your best efforts, the soil doesn't seem to improve. Now enter shredded grass and leaves. These materials are light, abundant, and usually free. Better yet, they decompose fast, especially when chopped with a mower or shredder. Grass clippings are nitrogen-rich, while dried leaves provide carbon. Together they create the perfect environment for microbial activity. Unlike wood chips, this mulch begins to break down almost immediately, feeding the soil instead of robbing it. And because the particles are small and soft, they don't form impenetrable mats. They breathe, they insulate, and most importantly, they invite worms, bacteria, and fungi to do what they do best, transform organic matter into humus. After switching from wood chips to this natural homemade mulch, I noticed a change in just 2 weeks. The soil surface, which was once dry and pale, darkened visibly. Earthworms began appearing near the surface, which was honestly a great sign. Seedlings that had once stalled began to push forward with vigor. By the 4th week, a soft layer of humus had formed below the mulch, rich in microbial life. The difference wasn't just visible, it was measurable. The soil retained moisture better, drained more efficiently, and held together in soft, crumbly clumps instead of clods. Another surprising benefit of this free mulch is its weed suppression. While it may not smother as aggressively as bark mulch, shredded leaf and grass mulch still blocks light and slows weed seed germination. And if a weed does poke through, it's easy to pull thanks to the loose, aerated soil underneath. Even more impressive is the long-term impact. Each new layer of leaf and grass mulch breaks down into compost in place, adding organic matter year after year without the need to till or dig. It's nature's own no-till system, mimicking the way forests build fertile topsoil over time. To make this work in your garden, timing and technique matter. Apply fresh grass and leaves shortly after mowing or raking, ideally while they're still slightly moist but not soggy. A layer about 2 inches thick is plenty, enough to cover the soil but not so much that it heats up or clumps. If your clippings are especially wet, mix in some dry leaves or straw to help aerate the layer. And if you're mulching around vegetables, be sure to leave a small gap around plant stems to avoid trapping too much moisture at the base. If you're concerned about the smell of decomposing grass or the chance of it matting, you can, pre-dry your clippings in the sun for a day before applying. Or, alternate thin layers of grass and leaves to balance moisture and airflow. Over time you'll find the sweet spot that works for your climate and soil. Many municipalities or waste stations actually offer free leaf mulch during the fall collection season. If you're mowing your own lawn or raking your yard, you're already generating the key ingredients right at home. And unlike wood chips, which can take months or even years to fully decompose, shredded grass and leaf mulch starts giving back almost immediately. It's a zero-cost, zero-waste way to build topsoil, reduce landfill pressure, and really boost your garden's health from the ground up. The darkening of your soil is more than just a cosmetic change. It's a sign of transformation happening right under your feet. What you're seeing is humus formation in action, driven by the synergy of nitrogen-rich greens, carbon-rich browns, and a thriving microbial community. When the soil turns black, it's not just beautiful, it's alive. It holds water like a sponge, breathes like a forest floor, and feeds your plants with a buffet of slow-release nutrients. That's honestly the magic of this mulch. If you're still using wood chips in your vegetable beds or raised beds, maybe consider giving this free mulch method a try. You might be surprised at how quickly your soil responds, how much less you need to water, and how vibrant your plants become. The best part? It costs nothing, reduces waste, and builds fertility every single time you mow or rake. If this guide helped you rethink your mulch strategy, be sure to subscribe to HydroHaven for more soil-first gardening methods that actually work. Share this video with someone still stuck in the wood chip loop, and help us spread the word that sometimes the best mulch isn't bought but already waiting in your backyard. Let your soil speak for itself, and let it speak black.